Yo, what's up, Pokey Crew? Today we got a banger video, but before we start that video, I just wanted to say thank you so much for my first 100 views on my first video, and I really appreciate it. I thought max I was going to probably get about 5 views, so that was a shocker to me when I looked at my phone today and saw 100. I was ecstatic through the roof, so thank you so much. But with that being said, we have a little bit of a controversial video today. Today we're going to be talking about grading companies, mainly PSA and TAG. Let's jump right into it. And I don't think I got to introduce myself in the first video. My name's Amari. I'm one of the owners here at Miami Vault Cards in sunny Miami, Florida. And since starting this whole Pokemon journey, kind of picked up on a little bit of things here and there from the grading processes and the grading companies. So PSA can actually grade your cards, store your cards, sell your cards, and profit on every step of the process. So with that being said, it kind of leaves people a little bit unsure. And on top of that, they have this whole thing where they do upcharge fees if your card is expensive. If you didn't know, if PSA gives you a higher grade on a higher value card that they graded themselves, they actually give you a little upcharge fee just for grading it a little bit higher. I don't want to sound like I'm bashing PSA. I have PSA slabs, I have TAG slabs, I have CGC slabs. I dibble and dabble in all of it. But it's just really iffy. On top of that, there's also been community stories about grade changing with reholders, which means you might send in a 10 and get back a 9 with a ding on it. Now, I don't want to say that they're doing anything malicious, but it's kind of sus when you have so much control over the market, especially when you're doing everything in the process. Let's talk about PSA's website for a second. I don't know if it's just me, but every time I go on there to submit something for grading, it feels like I'm filing my taxes. For a company making that much money, you would expect PSA's website and layout to be just a little bit more updated, a little bit more modern. They're the industry leader. If anybody should have a fast, clean, and easy design on their website, it should be PSA. That brings us to the topic about turnaround times. If speed is the name of the game, then TAG wins. TAG's turnaround times are fast, but let's take into account they're newer, their queue is faster, and they use an AI-based system. PSA, on the other hand, is grading around 100,000 cards a day. Compared to TAG, I think it's only about 1,000 a day. That's a huge difference. So yeah, it's understandable, but it's also frustrating when all you want to do is see your pretty card in a nice new slab. So I'm going to be putting a chart right here just so you can see how much cards get submitted to these grading companies each day. You're also going to have to pay premium prices and still wait months. So if you can wait it out and you're not in any rush to get your cards back graded, 100% go with PSA. Definitely worth it. But if you're in a hurry and you want your card back quick, TAG is definitely the way to go. Next, I want to talk about the slab designs. This is how TAG looks. And this is how PSA looks. Me personally, I love the way they designed the TAG slab. It looks very modern, and I love how they gave it the clear look.
This, be nice.
I'm finding it.
It take you that long to find it?
It does.
Now, PSA for me, it's giving 90s for some reason. It's not bad, but I think it could be modernized. The TAG slab is cool, it's modern, it's sleek, but it doesn't hold up to the durability of a PSA slab. Those are my thoughts with design. When it comes to the grading process, it's understandable that people might be a little bit skeptical with the whole AI grading system that TAG uses. It's fairly new, and it can be a little bit inconsistent. You would think it being AI and it's a robot that it would be more accurate, and they actually stand on that it's very accurate. But there's a lot of YouTubers that sent their same card in multiple times and got different grades. I understand that the same thing happens at PSA, but I don't think it's as often that it happens at PSA compared to TAG. Their consistency isn't quite PSA level yet, so I think we could give it a little bit of time. Honestly, from what I've read and from the comments that I saw, a lot of people that want their collection to look nice on a wall prefer to use TAG because of the modern and sleek design, but people that are mainly in it for resale value, half the time they're going for PSA. More than half the time they're going for PSA. Let's face it, PSA 10s still rule the market. Overall, each company has their pros and cons, and no matter who you grade with, it's always fun to grade a card and get back a 10. When you break it down in the end, all collectors really want is transparency, a modern design, and something that holds value. On the other hand, resellers want maximum money, maximum profit. And let's be honest, PSA still prints the closest thing we have to cardboard currency. PSA 10s are basically a stimulus check. The next few years are going to get real interesting. Either PSA updates their systems and becomes a little bit more transparent, or other grading companies start catching up to them. Whichever way this goes, I'm here for it because I love grading. Alright, Poke Crew, I really want to know what you guys think because this topic always turns into a debate. Do you think PSA's whole grading, vaulting, and selling is a conflict of interest? Drop your thoughts below. Who do you grade with? And hey, if you like this content, like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And don't worry, I won't upcharge you based on the value of your opinions. Peace.